We try to do our best to raise our little ones. We want to give them the best lease on life, help them learn as much as possible, including how to be compassionate and kind and understanding towards others. Well, psychologists have discovered a way to use a tube of lipstick to help parents better understand their child's development of self-awareness and how this all plays into their development of empathy. So joining us now to explain why this tube of lipstick is the gateway to all of this is psychologist Dr. Tracy Alloway. She's a professor at the University of North Florida, author of more than 8 books, and a great speaker too, by the way. Good to see you. I saw you at TEDx. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about this. First of all, the tube of lipstick leading to the development of empathy in small children. How so?
Yes, the psychologists call this the rouge test for the red lipstick, and it's a really simple task and one that you can try at home too if you have a young one. And all you do is you first of all have to put your child in front of the mirror to see how they react, and you try to do this a little surreptitiously, but you kind of put a little lipstick on a Kleenex and wipe their nose as you would normally do as a mother. And then when you go away, you should still have that little red on their nose. And what you're looking for is one of 2 things. Do they touch the mirror as if that's their new playmate in the mirror and they want to engage with them? Or do they touch their nose because they recognize that that's their reflection and they want to remove that dot on their nose?
Before we discuss the difference between the two, how old will you be doing the test with a little one?
So you're looking at the time period around 18 months to 24 months. That's that window where you start to see them actually recognizing that, hey, that's me in the mirror, not a playmate. You know, it's very common you see these kids like pressed up against the mirror when they're younger because they think that's another child that they can play with. But around 18 months, you start seeing that shift cognitively in their brain. They start recognizing, that's me, that's my nose, that's my hair, something's on my nose.
And so when they hit that milestone, why is it then important? What should you as a parent be knowing about the fact that they're becoming more self-aware?
That self-awareness is a crucial first step to being able to develop empathy. So it's this idea called theory of mind, where you first start off that you're self-aware, that I'm a person that's distinct from you. And the second step, which is what leads to empathy, is that you're different from me. And so when I see that you're sad or you're crying, I can understand that because I can match that to my emotions, and I can think, oh, I'm going to bring you my favorite toy to comfort you because that's what I would like to. And so self-awareness is that important first step to be able to recognize someone else has feelings too, just like I do.
So what else should parents know about this milestone and other milestones and what you do to help foster empathy? And you try to, you know, because you want your children to be well-rounded. You want them to be educated. You want them to be empathetic towards others. What else can parents be doing?
I think an important thing to remember is that empathy is a learned skill. Sometimes we think that, like language, you actually have to teach your child how to consider someone else's feelings. And sometimes we forget that.
Yeah, how do you do that?
And I think making the connection back to them by saying, remember when you were sad when your doll broke or your toy broke? Well, your brother or your sister's also feeling sad right now. What can we do? So first of all, contextualize that by mapping it into your own child's emotions, and then second of all, give them an action, something concrete. What can we do? What can you do to help them feel better? So you're actually directing their behavior.
So they can reflect back on a time when they felt that way, then they think to themselves, okay, I don't want this, my brother, sister, mother, what have you, to feel that way. So therefore take the action, the next step to help them mitigate how they feel. But that's interesting. That's something that you teach them, and you teach them once they quote unquote pass the rouge test. I mean, could you do it beforehand, or I mean,
of course,
but are you going to be spinning your wheels and they're not going to know what you're talking about anyway?
I think it may be limited. You know, the effectivity would be limited, but it's always great to teach your children these kinds of pro-social behaviors. Another thing to keep in mind as a parent is that there is some debate among psychologists about this time period, this year. So some cultures, for example, may not show recognition till the children are older, and it may be the children don't care that their nose is dirty. So if you don't notice your child doing that, don't despair. It doesn't mean that they're not self-aware. It could mean that they don't mind that their face is a little grubby.
And the rouge is just because it's red.
Exactly.
I mean, you could use like shaving cream or something, whatever, just something that they realize that there's something on their nose.
Yes.
Good to see you. Very quick, we have 30 seconds left. If parents want to reach out to you directly, they can do so, right?
Yes, I'm currently based at a clinic, Florida Psychological, and my number is right there. So if they want to have an assessment or talk a little bit more about their child, feel free to get in touch with me.
And they can talk to you about different developmental milestones milestones and just, you know, I mean, do you have to have an underlying reason to come in, or if you just want to get a good 411 on your...
Right, and if you just want to get an assessment, you want to know how your child's learning profile looks like, get an IQ test to know if they have ADHD, I'd love to see you.
Okay, good to see you, Dr. Alloway, as always. We appreciate you. You can log on to our website for more information, which is very simply tracyalloway.com. The number that she was referencing a second ago is on the bottom of your screen, 904-277-0027. You can also find information on our website about her books, which includes this one, The Working Memory Advantage. She's written, what now, 8 books?
8, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great. Okay.